Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 11th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here. We're actually going to do a Celtic cross this week, and we're just going to see what is going on for you at this time. I mean, you start off with the Justice card, so, and you have the Six of Pentacles here. If you're waiting for justice, this could definitely be some justice coming in for you at this time. So that's nice, but let's see. You have the Justice card here. I kind of feel like you're dealing with a lot of like karmic situations here. It's like not a bad reading, although you do have like the Five of Swords showing up here. But I kind of feel more of that karmic energy where you could be dealing with like a lot of karmic situations in your life. So I would call this a rebalancing type of reading. You're like the second or third person that's had something, kind of similar to that. So this looks like a rebalancing to me. We even have the crossing energy is the King of Wands, which could be you. This could be your energy that is crossing at this time. And, I kind of feel like maybe you need to bring something into balance in your life, or you need to balance things out. In the past, you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess has a lot to do with balance, believe it or not, so we'll talk about that in a second. But I kind of feel like you need to believe in yourself a little bit more this week with the King of Wands as well. The crossing energy can be what's hurting you or helping you, but I kind of feel it's more saying like there are going to be opportunities for you to like stand up for yourself or to be confident. And I would take advantage of those opportunities, because I wouldn't really say, again, that they're like, it's like passing a test. But I kind of feel like the universe is trying to get you to be confident. Let's put it that way. Even in the area of your thoughts, you have the Page of Wands. Crazy, because like everybody has had the Page of Wands in their reading this week, and I feel very good about it. Like, even though there's some challenges here, it's life. We always deal with challenges, and it's like I feel very enthusiastic, very excited for like a new beginning. And pretty much every single reading I've done this week has been about some sort of new beginning. So clearly we're entering into a time of like more new beginnings, but also we're entering into a time of like enthusiasm and excitement. So I kind of feel the universe is bringing a lot of us like opportunities to be excited about something. Life has been boring for a very long time, right? Think about it. COVID basically made things very boring, very much the same. So I feel there's like more excitement coming in for you here. In the area of your foundation, you have this Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is about like putting in work and also needing to get started. It can represent being too cautious or playing it safe. So I do feel for some of you it's time to make sure you don't play it safe. Kind of interesting as well, because like recently I've had a lot of readings where, I kind of feel like the universe is like saying, no, if you just dip your toes in the water, if you just try a little bit, then whatever you're trying isn't going to work. Like the universe really, I feel, wants us to make like 100% commitments to the things that we're doing. We can't just like try something. And I get that energy here with the Knight of Pentacles. I get the energy that it's maybe time for you to make sure you're investing everything you got into something. And I'm not talking about money necessarily, and we're also not talking about taking a crazy risk here, but we are talking about kind of giving something your all. In your past, you have the High Priestess. Again, the High Priestess can represent balance. She's sitting between the B and the J here on these two pillars, and she is just sitting perfectly in the middle, and it kind of represents coming from a balanced position. And it also represents the dark and the light, represents a lot of things, but she is kind of sitting in the middle. So I feel for a lot of you that in the past, I feel that's like something you worked on was coming from a balanced, neutral place in all areas of your life. In the near future, you have the World. Literally everything I've been talking about, opening up to new opportunities, opening up to new beginnings as well. The World is a card of accomplishment. It's also a card of completion. So it's like you've completed some journeys, you've completed some cycles. Now you're ready to kind of like start something new. Next, over the next few months, you have the Six of Pentacles. Again, makes perfect sense to me. Six of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds. It's like a card of, planting seeds and seeing how things go. So you could be seeing how a new business turns out. You could be seeing how a new relationship turns out. For you, I feel like it's kind of a bunch of things here, Sagittarius, where maybe you're trying a bunch of different things in your life, and you're kind of like saying, how is this going to go? How are these things going to turn out for me? And that's what I get here on the Six of Pentacles is that you're kind of trying to create balance in your life through not really experimentation, but through working on things that you want to work on. It's kind of interesting as well because I feel like your finances are increasing here. This is like really the only financial card that you have here other than the Knight of Pentacles. We are going to clarify in a minute, but I kind of feel an increase in your finances, and we'll look at that in the clarification. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, this is all relationships in your life. You have the Page of Swords. I feel a lot going on here. I feel like some of you might be a little defensive. I feel like some of you have your sword up, against some relationships, especially if you've been dealing with tricky people in general. I kind of feel that you kind of have your sword up. Maybe you're feeling a little defensive. You're not sure whether or not you should invest your time, effort, and energy with a person. I kind of feel like you're just thinking about things and saying do I want to spend time with these people? This could be groups of people. I feel pretty much everything, but I feel like you're a little skeptical about relationships. I do also feel that in love, that you could be a little skeptical about love in general at this time. I feel like it's just a period of time. I don't really feel it's something that you should worry about or that you need to worry about with the Page of Swords. Other than that, I do feel like some of you could kind of either you're spying on someone. I'm not calling you out here, Sagittarius, not trying to expose you, but either you're spying on someone or they're spying on you or you're both spying on each other. Again, we are going to clarify this in just a second, but I have a feeling that what's going to show up here is love. So for those of you that are looking for love, if you have a secret admirer, if you're the secret admirer, does that make sense? That direction? Then I do feel like there's love here. There's interest here. Even without clarification, I do feel genuine kind of interest. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of separation. It can be a card of winning at all costs and things like that, but he's the winner. That guy right there. So it's considered to be a bad card or a challenging card, but at the same time, I kind of feel like you just are in the future wanting to win, wanting to have the feeling of, of winning. And it can be very motivational to have a win, right? There was a time in my life where I wasn't winning, at all in any area of my life. And it's kind of funny because I negotiated my brother's car, actually. He wanted to buy this car. And, I got the guy down to almost nothing for the car, right? And so it was a big win for me. And it kind of motivated me for a long time. And for whatever reason, I haven't told that story ever. But for whatever reason, that's what I'm getting here is that, you need that win. I feel like, anything that you can do to have a win would be a good idea. I think there are plenty of books out there that say, make your bed in the morning and, stuff like that so that you can have wins. But I feel like there are other ways to have a win as well. It's maybe saving a little bit of money is a win. Maybe working out is a win. I would, try to stack up those wins. It's definitely popping into my head. Your outcome is the Four of Swords. It's hoping and praying for blessings. I feel, but for whatever reason, again, I'm not going to lie, intuitively, I feel like the universe is saying, no, you shouldn't be hoping and praying for blessings. You should be creating your blessings. I feel very much like the universe is being a hard ass in your life right now, Sagittarius. But is it really a bad thing? I would say no, because to me, it's the universe is saying, hey, the blessings are here. You just have to do something for it. So let's figure that out. What do you have to do to get these blessings that I feel could be coming in for you here, Sagittarius? Part of it, I feel like, is motivating yourself. Like I said, with the wins or the small wins. I also feel love here as well. Here you go. With the Justice card in the King of Wands, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happiness, joy, happy home, happy family. Definitely could be love coming in for you. And it's funny because the Page of Swords is looking over at the... Sorry, I just ripped my microphone off as usual. These Italian hands, they kind of move around too much. But anyway, the Page of Swords is looking at the Ten of Cups. So it's I feel like there is someone who sees their Ten of Cups with you. Or it could be you seeing it with them. With the Page of Wands, Hierophant Marriage. So for some of you, excuse me, you could be getting married or you could be meeting a person that you will be marrying in the future. For others, I feel this could be learning. The Page of Wands is an adventure. The Hierophant can just be education. So if you're going back to school, if you're getting a certification, anything like that would be very beneficial with those cards. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Emperor. Again, I feel like it's time to take action on something or to do something you've been thinking about. You can see here on the Emperor that he still has his armor on under his cloak on this card. And it kind of represents the fact that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. He's ready to take action. So I really feel this part of the reading is saying that you are ready to make something happen. I feel like it's like you're ready for success or something. With the World, you have the Two of Swords. You know, it kind of makes sense. So the world is like a birthing process. It's like being birthed into a new world. The Two of Swords, there is a new island behind her here. She is sitting where she has always been. She's got a blindfold on. The swords are, you know, protecting her heart. But if she just took the blindfold off, she would see the new opportunity that exists behind her. So if you are going through a birth period with the world can represent a time where we are stuck in the squeeze, as I love saying, where it's kind of like we're stuck being pushed out the other side, you know? It's like we're about to have a change, but we haven't quite had a change yet. And that's where I feel like some of you are with the World and the Two of Swords. It's like you're kind of like wanting a change, wanting to experience a change, but you haven't experienced a change yet. And I feel that you kind of will be experiencing a change soon. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords says, get out of your head. Nine of Swords is my card of, like, stinking thinking. It's a card of having a nightmare, waking up, still being in a nightmare. So I feel like you need to get out of your head. Nine of Swords is meant to be a temporary period of time as well. I think that's something people forget about the Nine of Swords, is it's like, it specifically represents a temporary period of time. With the Page of Swords, you cannot make this stuff up. Lovers, exactly what I was saying. I knew that a love card would show up on that Page of Swords. I feel like that is love coming in for you. So for those of you that want love, could be an air sign, could be any sign. This is a general reading, but air definitely stands out. Earth also stands out to me. So does fire, honestly. But, you know, definitely a secret admirer, or for some of you, I feel like you're both looking at each other here, kind of like secretly. And I don't know, I would just go for it. I feel like it's a good relationship. Like I said, like 2 seconds ago when we were talking about that Page of Swords. If you are not looking for love, the Lovers with the Page of Swords, Lovers represents being at a crossroads. Even if you do want love, if you're trying to make a decision, Lovers can be a card of being at a crossroads. That Page of Swords says, do your research. Actually, you have a lot of stuff here that says, do your research. The Hierophant here, even the Knight of Pentacles as well, the High Priestess, trusting your intuition, not really research, but trusting your feelings. I feel that some of you could be making a decision, or could be trying to make a decision on like what to do with your life. Usually, not always true, but usually the Lovers says pick the new path. It says pick the new choice. That will be the best bet for you. So you might want to pick the new path. With the Five of Swords, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords is a card of law and order. And so if you feel like things have been chaotic, or if things have not been in order in a long time, I feel like this could be order being returned to your life. The King of Swords is also kind of like a card of wisdom and knowledge. And you have a lot of stuff here that would represent like using your wisdom or knowledge to be successful. With the Four of Swords, you have the Magician. The Magician is all about new beginnings. Your reading is all about new beginnings. All the readings that I've been doing this week have been about new beginnings, reinventing yourself, things like that. So you could be reinventing yourself. I always pull the card that he's pointing to. You can't see it, but he's pointing to this deck right here. And you have the Jaguar. The Jaguar is about focus. It's also about avoiding toxic situations or toxic things in your life. I feel so part of being focused is needing to avoid things that are toxic to you, right? So I would make sure that you're avoiding toxic substances, you know, things like that, because, you know, I feel like it could be ruining your focus. For others, I do feel, but I also feel it's talking about like accomplishments and achievements here. I kind of want to see what this next card is as well. It says, well, here you go. It says, Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. You know, I feel like rising above the fray, and a big eye, so that you focus, right? I feel like rising above the fray kind of really represents needing to rise above the mundane. Remember what I said about in the beginning of the reading? That energy reminds me of not just dipping your toes in the water. To me, it says if you're going to do something, you know, go all the way, is what I would say there. But let's see what is going on for you. I just want to get a final outcome here. You know, it really reminds me of a poem by Bukowski that I never remember the name of. But in the poem, he says, you know, go all the way. Basically, if you want to do something amazing in your life, you have to go all the way. You have the Queen of Wands. Very similar to that energy. Queen of Wands, she needs to be bold and assertive. She really has to make things happen. She really has to go for the things that she wants. So it's definitely not a time to just be like, you know, kind of playing around here. I feel like it's a time to, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, to make it happen. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely some sort of big change in your destiny. And I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of success, honestly. You have the Four of Cups as well. Four of Cups makes sense to me because the Four of Cups represents like manifesting steps. You can see here that he's manifesting these cups, but he's not happy. Like, he doesn't look happy. It's because he doesn't realize that he's trying to manifest something in his life, and he is manifesting it, but he's manifesting the steps. He's not necessarily manifesting, like, the thing that he wants, right? So he needs to realize that he can't just, like, magically have something overnight that he wants. It's going to require a little bit of work, and that's what's going on for you here, I feel, in a lot of ways. Pretty powerful reading, actually, because I feel that you're like getting closer and closer and closer to your destiny. And what I mean by that is that the Wheel of Fortune is your personal vision for your life. It represents like how you see your life going. And I feel like you're getting closer to that. So pretty nice. But that's that. Thank you for being here, Sag. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.